And we're back in this room, which means I don't have my clipboard, which means you get another baseball factoid. True or false, Nolan Ryan threw no-hitters over a span of more than 15 years? True, it was 18 years, and he threw his first when he was 26 and his last when he was 44. That means for lots of us, there's still a chance to throw an MLB no-hitter. All right, so still remains 4. I was very pleased because Rusty Cage had wanted this, and I'm sorry it took so long, Rusty. I just thought I'd throw a random one in here. And also Jay Carson II. Jay, haven't talked to you in a long time. Hello, how's it going? I'm well, too. Thank you. Thanks for asking. All right, so this is neat. Got my forensic microscopic ears out for this one. What you're going to do is you're going to think about our F shape, right? So like B1, G2, D3, but we're not playing an F, we're playing an A. So like in hiding, for example, we move it up to the 5th, 6th, and 7th frets, and that's what we're doing here for this one too. So this is sort of your home base point, but we're going to start with your ring finger on D6 and your pointer finger on G4. And you're only going to strum A, D, and G. And you're going to go, and then move it up to D7, G6. And then, so that was that change, right? From G4, D6 to G6, D7. And I'm switching from my pointer finger to my middle finger when I make that change, and my ring finger just slides. And then add the pinky finger to G7 to make it an A suspended 4. And now, so that was all down strums, but you can do it as up and down as long as you sort of mute the B and the E strings with your pointer finger. And I guess there it is, you're hearing it. And that's okay because we're playing an A chord and E is the 5th of A. Here's A, right? Do, re, mi, fa, so. And there's E, the 7th fret of the A string. That's how you know it's the 5th. And the 5th is always okay to play. It's in the chord, even. The intro goes A regular, A up here like F, to G like F. So 3rd, 4th, and 5th frets on the B, G, D strings. One more time. And that's just me putting my pinky finger down. I just seem to have spastic movements when I do that. And then the verse is the same as the intro until we get to the pre-chorus, which there's a little debate going on in my head between me and myself. You do your little, and then you go option 1. This is a D shape on the 5th and 6th frets. So you have G5 and E5 and B6 with an open D string. So that's like an F, because right, so D, D sharp, E, F, with a D in the bass, which makes it sort of like a D minor 7. In fact, it makes it a lot like a D minor 7. We could call it either thing. An F with a D in the bass, which would be an F6, or a D minor 7. Anyways, your other option for that is leave the A string open and play an A major shape. So we're going to have 10, 10, 10 on D, G, B. Up to you. You choose. I like this one. I saw Stone Temple Pilots rhythm guitar player playing that definitely, but I feel like I hear that high stuff going on. Do either. Do both. Switch off. So anyways, we do our... followed by G, F-shaped now, on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th frets. And we we have the A string ringing out. Now this chord is really interesting. We're gonna make an A minor shape. So the only thing that's changing is the D string is going from 5 to 4. That's awesome. So this could be thought of one of two things. You'll notice its resemblance to B minor, right? When we play B minor, we have B3, D4, and G4, but of course we have our bar going across. That doesn't sound anything like the chord we're playing, even though the only difference with it is an A, an open A string. Well, now it sounds kind of the same when you put them right next to each other. So we could call this a B minor with an A in the bass, which would be like a B minor 7. Yeah, with its 7 in the bass. But I like to think of it more, we have this G going here. A G with an A in the bass. Right, there's the A. There's the G. And this here, this D string, 5th fret, is the root of this G chord. It's the G note. So when we lower it by 1, being that we're coming from a G, it's, to me, more like a G major 7, because we've flatted the root note by only just a half step, which is where the major 7 resides. So, having said all that, here is the times, right? Or and then we get into the chorus, I suppose, which has like 1.5 parts. So what we're doing now that we've thought about all these F's in different places that make chords, now let's think about little D's in different places that make chords. So follow my logic. If we have a D chord, we have open D, G2, B3, and baby E2. But if we don't play baby E2, it's still a D chord. It's just a D chord without a 3rd, which is a power chord. So here you go. I've probably said power chords are always this shape, right? Well, as soon as you involve the B string, they're not anymore, because the B string messes everything up by being a half step lower relative to the G string than the G string is relative to the D string. So if we're going to play these power chords for this song, we're playing an F. Ooh, just like in the pre-chorus. But now we're going to not have the open D string. We're going to have D3, G5, and B6. That's 2 measures worth of F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. And notice the fingering, and I'm just strumming these 3 strings. D, G, B. 3, 5, 6. Move it up to G. This is an F. So G is 2 frets higher to 5, 7, 8. And up to A. 7, 9, 10. So that's the way it happens the first 2 times. And then the progression still goes F, G, A, but the 2 guitars, one of them goes and that is simply an F, now is an A shape. So E string 8th fret, B string 10th fret, G string 10th fret. And switch your strumming to from 8th notes, which was 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and to. I don't know why I keep saying to. It's like when I'm 6 years old. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Now my advice for going that fast is I like to grip the pick. Let's see, if I have it like this, I like to switch it to more just barely in the knuckle and thumb, so it's just kind of dangling, because then it's real loose, and you can give it it doesn't catch on the strings so bad. And you can just sort of frantically move your arm back and forth. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Up 2 frets to G. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Now we're just strumming the E, B, and G strings. So we had E8, B10, G10, up to E10, B12, G12. And then you go in with your G, A from our D-shaped power chord thingies. And other than the little guitar interlude, that's it. So here's our pre-chorus. Oh, and the other guitar goes like this. So E8, B10, E7, B8. And that's also a G. That's a D. If it were a D here, it would be a G. So both guitars are playing F, G, but one's playing F, G, and the other one's playing F, G. Pre-chorus. Second time. Guitar 1. Guitar 2. And then the guitar interlude is something like this. So we're here, right? Now we're gonna bar it so that our pointer finger gets the E string 7th fret, and that makes it an A suspended 2. And in some of the live versions I was perusing, he also moves the pinky finger down 1 fret to the 9th fret, alternating like that. I cannot confirm on the record or deny that that was going on, but anyways, what I like to do is extend the pointer finger all the way up to get that E note, and now we have 7, 7, 9, 10, 7. It makes it sound a little fatter to me. I don't know if that's correct. I like it. Or not, with the pinky. Or yes, back to... So, there it is. Still remains for you 3 gentlemen, Rusty Cage, Jay Carson II, and Rusty Cage, because he requested it twice. I hope that covered it for you. That one was really fun, and I hope you enjoyed the sort of off-the-wall, different one. That was our first soiree into Stone Temple Pilots, so for sure there will be more to come, and of course more Pearl Jam, and more other stuff. I almost did Brad tonight. But yeah, so this is what I get to do when I have all this time. I love Christmas break. I love Christmas. Or whatever it is you celebrate. I love that too. Thank you, goodbye!